There are only two things to understand about projects types: whether it is recurring or once-off, and whether it is arrears or advance. Recurring projects offer when the initial project period might be extended. For example, a product or service is hired or offered on a monthly basis, and there is an option to renew the contract after the initial period has ended. Once-off projects are for when the project period is finite and no extension is expected. An example of this might be a weekend event. Even if the project happens again next year, that will be a new project, not an extension of the original project period. The second is whether the project is arrears or advance. For an advance or cash customer, the customer phones and asks for a hire and/or service contract. You invoice the customer, very often the customer pays, and then the work begins. Therefore, when loading an advance customer, the standard settings ensure that when you create the project, no work is loaded until the invoice runs. To load additional work, you have to run a new invoice. The services are unauthorized until the invoice is paid. Note that if this is not the case in your business, you can change the setting per project, or if you want to change it for all projects, you can change it in the Defaults tab on the Preferences menu. If the project is recurring, when the next period invoice runs, the next period services are run at the same time. For an arrears or account customer, this customer has an account with you. The customer phones and the work begins. When you create the project, scheduled deliveries and collections run until the end of the month and are not allocated to an invoice yet. The services are authorized immediately, although you can change this setting per project or in the Defaults tab on the Preferences menu for all projects. The invoice is run in a batch at the end of the month or at the end of the project. And if the project is recurring, the next month's services are run in a batch at the end of the month.